Mate, this is turning out to be the most dramatic transfer window I think I might ever have seen. What is going on? Welcome, Blue Believers, to another episode of the Stamford Sync, where we are syncing up with everything Chelsea FC. I am pretty fresh off of the back of my match review for the Fulham game, and it is all kicking off, man. So the big news... Obviously, Liam Delap pulled up with a hamstring injury when he was running full sprint, pulled up with a hamstring injury, sat down pretty much straight away in the 14th minute of the Fulham game and was instantly substituted for Tyreek George, who spent almost, he got subbed off at the end, but he spent almost the entire game playing as the number 9 for us. So in the after-match press conference, Maresca was asked, what's going on? How bad is it? Whatever. So it looks like Liam Delap is going to miss 6 to 8 weeks, man. 6 to 8 weeks. That is a lot of time. And do you know what? It's kind of just good that this has happened now. Because obviously we were here last season, weren't we? At the last day of the transfer window when Jackson and Mark Yu got injured, and then we had to go months without a striker. So at least we're not going to be in that position. The ramifications of this injury. So initially it was asked, are you going to go back into the transfer market? All Maresca kind of said was... 2 strikers is probably okay. 1 striker is not okay. So he intimated straight away, it's like, we're going to need 2 strikers for this. And we obviously can't put all of that pressure on João Pedro. And we literally don't have anyone else in the squad. Nkunku had gone. Mark Hughes gone out on loan. Do you know what I mean? We literally don't have anyone else. So what the breaking news is David Ornstein is reporting that Chelsea have cancelled Nicolas Jackson's loan to Bayern Munich. And that's crazy, man. Literally, this is so mad. Do you know the weirdest thing about this is I've been talking about this quite a lot recently. I do see the value in keeping Nicolas Jackson, but it wasn't based on the idea that Liam Delap wasn't going to be available. So what this is also juxtaposed with is that Chelsea have lodged their first official bid for Fermin Lopez as well. Because ultimately, if it was going to be Liam Delap and Nicolas Jackson playing up top, then João Pedro could feature in that spot, and maybe we don't need to go in for another centre attacking midfielder. But if we're bringing Jackson back to cover for Liam Delap, who's not going to be there, then João Pedro needs to be the other striker, and maybe that still leaves us a little bit light in the centre attacking midfield position. This is crazy, man. There are 2 more days left of the transfer window, and it is going to be drama for sure. Nicolas Jackson coming back to the club isn't the end of the world. Like, it's not a terrible thing at all. If anything, he would be the easiest one out of all the bomb squad players that we've got and all of those. Nicolas Jackson is by far and away the easiest one to integrate back into the squad, I think, anyway. He's had reasonably good goal returns from us. He already knows the team. Maresca knows what he can do and how to play with him. And obviously there's new players coming in for him to that can maybe even help get the best out of him. Do you know what I mean? The likes of Esteban Willian, Jamie Gittins, potentially a Fermin Lopez as well. So I just really wanted to jump on and make a quick little video about this guy. Sorry, I've got something in my eye and it's driving me absolutely nuts, but I would not let it get in the way. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. How do you feel about this, man? Is this the right move? Was there anyone else on the market that we even could have gone in for? I mean, it would have been nice, wouldn't it, if we'd have gone in for Isaac? Maybe that's still possible. Maybe we're going to keep Nicolas Jackson so we can use him in a swap deal for Isaac. That would be drama, mate. That's obviously not going to happen because he has got his eyes firmly set on Liverpool by the looks of things, but imagine the drama. At the end of the day, Nicolas Jackson coming back to Chelsea, as I'm saying, man, I do not think this is the worst thing in the world. We cannot, I mean, and you know, the other thing we've just got to talk about is the sheer amount of football that is expected of the players right now and what it's doing to them, man. There have been warning signs. The writing has been on the wall for a while. Rodri has been obviously the biggest proponent of that, and he's missed a lot of time through injury. Do you know what I mean? You know, the Club World Cup people, because it was so successful, were talking about maybe doing it once every 2 years, and that would categorically rob footballers who play for their international teams and are in big club teams of any breaks at all, any years. Do you know what I mean? Because what it used to be is every 2 years you get a break. There's international tournament, year off, international tournament, year off. Now we've added the Club World Cup into this spot. That takes your 2 years off every 4 years to 1 year off every 4 years, because one of those is now going to be a Club World Cup. And what they're talking about wanting to do is taking that other free sort of spot up as well. So there would be something going on every single summer, and that will make a lot of money, man. And the thing is, so I'm not against it in principle, because obviously more football is, as a football fan, is good. But the absolute truth of the fact is, if we are even going to consider adding more games in, bearing in mind the players are already struggling with the amount of games there are right now, there has to be a change in the financial stuff, right? In terms of how heavily clubs are being policed about their finances, because clubs will need to expand their squads, and especially now, I guess the problem with this is it's going to create, ultimately, like how we've got the gap between the Championship and the Premier League. It's going to start to do that with the wealthy teams, right? But what if we're going to play all of these games? If these players are going to play all these games and risk their careers and their bodies to play more and more and more and more football, then what's going to have to happen is the financial restraints are going to have to come off a little bit, so clubs can start to invest more heavily in their teams. And that's not just Chelsea, that's everyone. Chelsea are finding ways in and around it anyway, with all the loopholes and this, that and the other, and we're still having all of these injury problems, man. At the end of the day, we were in 4 competitions last year. There was a lot of games because of the Conference League, and we went to the final in the Club World Cup as well. We shortened our pre-season, but that's not the same thing, man. That's not the same thing. These players are only getting 2-3 weeks off in a year now, and they're sports people. Do you know what I mean? They're literally sportsmen. It's physical jobs. These guys' job is to train, to run, to be athletic every single day, to keep up to scratch, and that is what creates the best footballers in the world. So a conversation needs to be had about this now. This is. I mean, maybe this is easy for me to say because I'm a Chelsea fan and I'm experiencing the ramifications of this recently, but Man City fans have probably maybe been thinking the same thing for a while because of the Rodri stuff. Spurs obviously had crazy injury woes last season. Arsenal have had their fair share, although not as much recently. If we are going to be launching players into all of these tournaments and making them play more and more and more football, it's like, even look at the Champions League, the new format of the Champions League. Yeah, it looks great because there's more games, but also there's more games. Do you know what I mean? There's literally just more games, and they're not robots, man. Do you know what I mean? They're not robots. Like, look at Liam Delap. Liam Delap's like 22 years old. He's young, he's fit, and he's just pulled up with a hamstring injury that's going to have him out for 8 weeks, man. And if these things aren't managed properly, this can curtail a player's career, and players already have very short careers, man. You will be lucky to spend a decade at the top level of football. Do you know what I mean? You would be lucky to spend a decade plus at the absolute top level of football. Oh, mate, this is just mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. I feel really bad for Liam Delap, man. But, I mean, it wasn't exactly his fault. Do you know what I mean? He just literally, he was on an attack and then, pulled up and instantly, bam, gone. Like, in an instant. And he sat down straight away and it was like, oh, dear. And I mentioned in my match review, I was like, putting Tyreek George up there, that was a bit strange, wasn't it? Because you would have thought you'd put Jamie Gittins on instead and move João Pedro up top. But no, he chose to go with Tyreek George. And maybe that was a shout to the brass, being like, look, man, I need another striker. And look, man, we could do a lot worse than keeping Nicolas Jackson. We could go out and spend a lot more than the £35 million that we did on Nicolas Jackson and get a worse striker for our troubles. Do you know what I mean? 100% that could happen. So it's changed the game a bit, though, hasn't it? It's changed the game a bit for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like I say, man, Nicolas Jackson knows the team well. He knows he's going to get game time, but he also now knows that he has competition. Maybe he still gets a move in January as well. Do you know what I mean? Maybe by that time, someone's up for coming and picking him up on a permanent as well because he's got a bit more game time. So this could well still end up with Nicolas Jackson being, sold eventually, and maybe for, a full price rather than the loan and stuff. It's just nuts that we literally agreed this last night. Absolutely mental. Agreed this last night. He'd got on the plane to Munich. He was like in Munich. I saw a picture of him and it was like Nicolas Jackson. I think it was Fabrizio Romano. And he was like Nicolas Jackson's first picture as a Bayern Munich player. And it was going to be a loan fee with an obligation to buy. And it was like $90 million, I think I saw on a thing. So that's like 60-70 million pounds or something like that. We were going to make good money for him. He was going to go and play for one of the best teams in the world. Everyone was kind of looking happy. But the thing is, man, like, if we had to go into the market, we're just going to get rinsed, aren't we? It's the same reason we didn't really dive straight into the market after the Levi Colwill thing. I think, obviously, we've been made to look internally. But if we would have gone into the market after the Levi Colwill injury, we would have got scammed. Do you know what I mean? It absolutely just would have added loads more money on top of it because we were desperate. So bringing Nicolas Jackson back, is really the best option. No one else was available. All of the myriad strikers that were available for this season have now gone. Do you know what I mean? There was Victor Osimhen's gone, Gyökeres is gone, Benjamin Sesko's gone, Alexander Isak is going to go to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? It's like even the likes of Darwin Núñez. Do you know what I mean? It's like all these strikers have all made moves this summer. It's obviously been a very, very striker heavy summer in terms of sales. Ah, man, that's just how it is, isn't it? So there's probably going to be a couple of little mistakes in this one, guys. I'm sorry, because I'm not actually going to edit this one through. I just want to get it out. So I'm just going to record it. I'm going to upload it. So I do apologize for the little gaps and mistakes. Thank you very much if you stayed to this point at the end of the video. Guys, tell me what you think about this in the comments, man, because this is mental. It is all kicking off, mate. It's all kicking off. And guys, you know what else is kicking off is my YouTube channel. If you are enjoying the content and would like to see more, do me the distinct honor, like, share, and subscribe, because I am nearly at 1,000 subs and I can taste it. Nice one, guys. I'm going to be streaming with the Blue Lounge tonight. Come and chat to us on there tonight about all of this absolute madness, and I will catch up with you very, very soon. Take it easy. Peace.